As of 2020, there are now over 800 different Pokemon, with most of them having unique and creative designs that we've all come to know and love. But not all of them look that way from the very beginning, as throughout the development of a new generation, a lot of the Pokemon designs will change drastically. Most Pokemon will change for the better, like this early version of Hitmontop. But there are some Pokemon who have early designs that I personally quite like, some even more so than their final designs. And that's exactly what we're going to be talking about today. Welcome to my video on Pokemon that I think looked better during beta. Let's get stuck right in. First off, we have Girafarig's beta design from the 1997 Spaceworld Demo, which had Girafarig made up of two giraffes, cat-dog style.
One fine day with a woof and a purr, a baby was born and it caused a little stir. No blue-buzzard, no three-eyed frog, just a feline canine little cat dog.
And I have to say, I like this design a lot more than what we ended up with. It's easy to understand, it's two giraffes and they're stuck together, unlike the final design, which is a giraffe with a chain chomp stuck to its ass. Like, why? What is this? This unused design even fits better with Girafarig's name in my opinion, as the name Girafarig is the same no matter which way you read it, representing how both sides of the original design were identical to one another, apart from the color scheme of course. If they were going to change this design, I feel like they should have at least made it so this double giraffe Pokemon was an evolution of Girafarig, because that would have been in line with a lot of the other Gen 1 evolutions, such as Diglett into Dugtrio or Magnemite into Magneton, Pokemon evolving from having one head into having multiple. I guess you never know though, maybe one day we will see Cat-Dog the giraffe appear as an alternate form of Girafarig, or maybe even an evolution. We can only hope and wait and see, I guess. Next we have this beta design for Chikorita, and I know there is some debate on the legitimacy of this one, with a lot of people saying that it's fan art drawn by someone who played a demo of Gold and Silver back in 1997, but I like it a lot either way, so I thought I'd include it anyway. Yes, I know it looks a bit like Roz from Monsters Inc.
Wazowski, you didn't file your paperwork last night.
But just bear with me here. One problem I have personally with Chikorita's final design is that it looks just a little bit too much like Bulbasaur, with both of them being reptilian quadrupeds with a plant sort of theme to them. I feel like this no-legged slug look for Chikorita is just a tad more unique than the design it ended up with, and would make Bayleaf feel like a bit more of an upgrade, because with how things ended up, Bayleaf literally just looks like a bigger version of Chikorita, whereas if Chikorita took on this original form, then Bayleaf would feel like more of an upgrade of Chikorita, rather than just a bigger version of it. Chikorita is cute and all, but it's definitely one of the less interesting starter Pokemon in my opinion. But with this design, I feel like it could have stood out just a slight bit more as something completely unique and interesting. And if it does so happen to just be fan art, then I commend the artist for doing such a good job. This next one is only a slight change, with only its color scheme changing from its beta design to its final design. In early promotional videos for Pokemon Black and White, Excadrill was seen with this violet sort of color scheme, which I think is much more interesting than its final dull brown design. There are plenty of brown colored Pokemon out there, why couldn't we have had this violet Excadrill? I'm just a much bigger fan of this beta color scheme for him, and I think it's just way more interesting and unique. Take a shot every time I use those two words in this video. Another reason I like this design is that it sort of reminds me of Roly Mo, a character from an old British children's show. Like if you remember Roly Mo, because surely he's pretty obscure nowadays. I know this Excadrill design is violet and Roly Mo was purple, but I'm partially colorblind myself and can't see purple that well, so they look pretty similar to me. Not only was this color scheme not used for regular Excadrill, but it wasn't used for a shiny variant either, which I feel like is such a missed opportunity. I am quite a fan of Excadrill's final shiny design though, it's just a shame his regular form got shafted like this. This next one is a bit different in that it has actually appeared on a single piece of Pokemon merchandise before, despite it being an earlier design for the Pokemon. In 1996, a trading card was released of Kakuna, showing him with a design where he actually has hands, or claws, or whatever you'd call these. This design appeared in the original Japanese versions of Pokemon Red and Green, but has not appeared in any other Pokemon games since then. Many people say that Kakuna still has these arms and they're just tucked into his belly, but I highly doubt this, as at this point it's been almost 25 years and we have not seen them again even once. Again, I think this design is just a tad better than his final design, as his arms make him look a bit more like an actual living creature and not just a cocoon. And if he still had the arms, it could lead to him being able to learn just a few extra moves, even if it was just basic moves like Scratch. But yeah, clearly we ain't seeing this Kakuna design again, but it could have been interesting though. Okay, so this last one I'm sort of conflicted about. I like this beta design quite a lot, but I also like this Pokemon's final design too. They're both really cute. I'm talking about Torchic. More specifically, the beta design of Torchic where he looks like he still has the bottom of his egg stuck to his bottom. I think this concept is just really cute, and I like how much more fuzzy this Torchic design is around the neck area. I think this Torchic's design, with the final Torchic design's headpiece instead of these weird ear things, would be the ultimate Torchic design. Could someone create that for me? Like I said before, I do like how Torchic ended up looking anyway, but I feel like this whole baby bird stuck in an egg sort of concept would have fit really well with it. Maybe we'll get some sort of Torchic regional variant one day where it looks like this. Heck, if Blaziken can get a Mega Evolution, then surely this can happen. Out of all the early designs for Pokemon, the ones that actually ended up becoming Pokemon, the 5 I mentioned in this video are definitely my favorites. The reason I only chose 5 is because there are a lot of early Pokemon designs that are pretty awful and would definitely change for the better. Like Earless Lapras, this abomination, or racially insensitive Blossom. Jesus Christ, Game Freak. Maybe I'll make a follow-up video on the worst early Pokemon designs. If you guys want to see that, then be sure to hit like on this video. And if you want to see more from me in the future, then be sure to subscribe to stay updated. Thanks guys, see ya. I'd like to thank Dr. Lava's Lost Pokemon, the Helix Chamber, and Bulbapedia for sourcing the information used in this video.